So I had a request for a Lisa Frank inspired eyeshadow look. So we're gonna start with the white base. Why am I using a white eyeshadow base? It's gonna make sure everything shows up very, very true on the skin and very vibrant. This is our palette today. Look at this color. I don't know where I'm gonna put this, but I was gonna say, can you see the sparkle? Of course you can. I don't know where I wanna put that. You best believe we're gonna use this shade, but we're gonna start with our mattes first. So this is gonna be our brow bone color. And whenever I don't know where the heck a look is gonna go, I just grab a E27 just so I can keep things a little bit tight and controlled. Because we'll lose control in a minute. But I know I wanna keep this on my brow bone. That's fun. Ben's in a meeting. He's in there hollering. Now I need to lay this shade down a little bit lighter, not as pigmented essentially. So I'm gonna switch to an E28 using the side, and I'm just gonna start to transition. I'm not really going on top of the pink, I'm going next to the pink, or I should say under the pink. And I think we're headed down a very fun Lisa Frank path. Now that I have that purple kind of laid down, I feel like this is a really great tip, if I can figure out how to film this tutorial. Whenever you're wanting to get a really, really even transition, it kind of helps to go back and forth between the colors as you're placing them. I hope that that makes sense. I'm going back into the purple and then I'm gonna go again. So you're kind of just sandwiching and repeating that. And I feel like that's a really good way to get a really back into the pink, a really smooth transition. And I do that even with my most simple looks. Now we're going here, but I'm only gonna place it here because we're gonna do something fun. And you're wondering, Rose, I can't handle any more fun. What are you doing? I tell you what I'm doing, I'm painting. Okay, again, remember the lighter shade? Don't forget, just go back, and that's how I get a really good transition, just reintroducing all those colors and sandwiching them together. I don't know who can relate, but whenever I'm doing looks like these, I have butterflies in my stomach the entire time because it's just so exciting to me. Am I the only one? Me. So I'm just taking this shade and I'm going to go ahead. This is going to be our depth. Okay, I'm trying to push this deep into my socket because we're still going to transition this, but I thought it'd be fun to transition it with a different color instead of just that color there, and then transition it with a different color over here as well. I am very well versed in the bookbinders, remember those? I stared at those. I feel like those are one of the reasons I do makeup today. So we are going to do a cut crease because I want a ton of lid space. So we're going to come back and carve, but we still got some transitioning to do. We got our crease laid down, so I'm going to transition just over this way with this kind of dark slate blue. Okay, just give it a little bit of a tappity tap. Ooh, that is transitioning nicely. Now I want this color. Let's take it towards the front. Don't worry, the teals are coming. Just having a little fun here. Make sure that we're using a smaller brush for this. I don't want it to get too out of control. If you're still here, I really hope that you're trusting the process. I'm gonna switch to a bigger brush just so I can stamp here. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. And then I'm going to wipe my brush off, which you can't see because I'm holding this. I literally have to hold it like this. It's chaos. Then we're gonna grab that shade, which is a lighter version, and I'm just gonna tap that over here. Oh, I'm out of control. Pretty. I like it. Picasso. Time to tidy. We got our micellar water on our C30. C30's back, by the way. It's finally back. I feel like it was gone for way too long. It's back, my friends. And we're just gonna take all of this away. We're doing a clear base. We're gonna get this all evened out and we'll get to painting. So I'm gonna start with this shade on my inner corner. I'm not sure, I kind of wanna do that negative space thing, but I would do that up here. I think that's so cool to do in the mattes and then maybe do a little spot of these duochromes, but let's start with this color on the very front. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe my brush off, and then I wanna go into this color next. Paint, paint, paint. Ooh. Now, one thing about me is I'm going to use a palette. If I'm going to use it, I'm going to be grabbing as many colors as I can fit on my lid. Now, once I finish this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and grab this color, put it in the floor, and roll around on it because it's exceptional. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the outer part here, and I'm just pulling it along back into our dark blue, and then I thought we would just capture this, and then I'll clean up the edge again. Just capture it. Then let's now, I have my micellar water on at E26. I don't even think we're gonna need to add, we'll add a little white base. Where did I do that? I just dried my little brush off. Let's grab just a little whisper of the white base. Get that on. I'm going to take that light turquoise. That's fun, but then I also, this is Lisa Frank, so I get to do what I want. I want to take this color again, and I'm taking it on the E26. And then I just want to kind of go around these edges. Why not? Look how cute these are. I'm really into spiky lashes. These are 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬 from Pink Puree Lashes. Get on there. I need to wipe my lash applicators here. There's a little bit of glue, because you use traditional glue with these. But you want to pull them over a little bit more. Here we go. There we go. So I have to color correct this foundation for it to match, but I wore it the other day and I feel like it wore so beautifully and looked so airbrushed, but I have to mix in a little bit of purple to neutralize yellow, and then I have to darken it a hair with the red orange, but we should be good. Mixy, mixy. Perfect. I'm going to work this in. I have a lot of questions about how I know how much to mix. My friends, I have been doing this for I don't even know how many years now. So it takes practice. I don't want you to think that I just started doing this. I'm talking 10 years plus. I mean, really, I the first time I ever played around with a color corrector, I was like 11 or 12, and it was a green color corrector, and I said, I am going to figure this out. I know it seems easy, but remember, knowledge was very limited back in my day, children. This is still one of my favorite techniques to do. I've showed this a million times, but there might be somebody new here. I'm just adjusting my mirror so I can see. I take foundation, not concealer, because sometimes concealer is too full coverage for this, because I'm essentially wanting to melt my skin tone and undertone into the foundation, definitely towards the front. Look at that difference. Isn't that fun? Let's see if I want to do some out here too, just a little bit. See, that was too much, so I'll just take it like that, then go back over there. I love how it just kind of melts your skin tone and undertone into it. We're getting creative. I definitely want to correct with Cool Sunrise. This is the wrong brush, but I have so much I want to do. I'm just kind of rushing things a little bit. Okay, so then I wanted to also take, I do need a denser brush for this. Got it right here. I am going to use this pink corrector as a blush transition, but I'm doing it really, really bright up here because we're just having fun and painting. We're still gonna add concealer, but I wanted to do this before so it kind of melts into everything. Now we're gonna do our concealer. I hear a leaf blower outside. I feel like you hear that a lot in my neighborhood. I'm sure really a lot of neighborhoods when spring and summer hit. It's always in the background of my videos. But it makes me think of spring and summer, so it makes me happy. Then I thought that we could take this color and go underneath here. And then I'm gonna wipe my brush off. Doug is absolutely snoring. Everything is in shambles. I don't know where Sheila went. It's chaos, but it's a fun chaos. And then I thought we could go from there into this shade, all while getting ready to transition into, I need to lighten that one a little bit. I think I wanted this one, but I want to transition it into my blush, but I am definitely going to soften this a bit more. I feel like this brush is going to be so amazing. I'm so excited for this to launch. It's going to launch later this year. Not too late, summer. That's all I can say. Although I pretty much said it all right there. Then I'm going to finish the transition with these two blushes. I just love this formula so much. I need to see it a little bit more in the mirror. And then a little bit of this on top, just to kind of make sure it's transitioning from the eyeshadow. I don't know if I want to wear bronzer. I feel like bronzer would kind of take away from the whimsy. Maybe I'll wear a really red bronzer, but I feel like a yellowy orange bronzer wouldn't be what I would want. So I'm going to take that on a puff, my Givenchy, and then I'm going back into this brush, and it's going to be a more diffused application. So I'm going to take it over that way. This is the bronzer I was talking about. It's going to use it to kind of capture the perimeter. I feel like anytime you do the depth on the perimeter, what it's going to do is frame what's in the center. So when I say capture, I mean frame. I just don't know why I use that word. I don't know anymore. Would we even do a Lisa Frank look if we didn't do a pink inner corner? Oh, we can't do a nude lip, so I'm gonna do this blue as a lip liner. This is a liquid lipstick. You're gonna see why I'm using a liquid lipstick in a second. This is ColourPop Panther. And the C30 is actually a great lip brush. I'm absolutely feral, so now I'm going to try to get this blue thinner on my lip, like lip liner. So I have micellar water, and then I just keep wiping on Sheila, and then I just keep shaping. Who remembers when I used to do the lip videos with these? This is probably the first one that ever went viral. This is shade Electric, and I thought that would be fun on top of this. It's good stuff. Remember, with sparkly gloss, don't rub your lips together or you'll dull the sparkle. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. This is a lot. This is a lot of sass, but hopefully you can handle a lot of sass. I hope that you enjoyed this painting session, because that's what this absolutely is to me. This is a painting on my canvas. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching these tutorials. I love you so much. I love you with all of my heart. Until the next video, bye for now.